Hey everybody, so today is wedding day for Allison. So we are currently getting ready. It's about 11 o'clock maybe, currently. And we started getting ready bright and early at 8:30 a.m. So the bridesmaids are getting ready. Well, the groomsmen are playing basketball before they get ready to, at least my side of the family, the Scarlett side of the family. Grandparents are hosting a brunch before the wedding, which is this afternoon. So we are, it's real, guys.
It's happening.
Sarah, Drew, and I are gonna get a brother-in-law. Excited. Yesterday, we had the rehearsal dinner, and that was fun. We got to meet Jonathan's side, bits and pieces of Jonathan's side of the family. We haven't met all of them, or at least me. I haven't met all of them because there's a lot of people. I don't know what I filmed. I'm trying to avoid, like, obviously I won't post this until I get home to keep everything in the moment, and because I've sent pictures to myself to a couple friends and family of mine already, but I did not send it to the people I'm seeing today, which is great. So that's how today is going. The previous clip, this was pre-wedding, previous clip, and now this is obviously post-wedding. I'm home. The wedding went really, really well. We kind of scored with the weather. We had no idea what the weather was going to be like. It was nice and sunny. It was great. And it went perfectly, like, how, like, my sister wanted it to be. Like, I mean, like, my sister Allison was like, she doesn't care. We were asking her stuff, and it's like, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. And I'm like, oh. So, actually, Saturday we went to, so this was Friday, we went to get our nails done. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last one, but you know what, it's been a few days. And then, so I got my nails done, then I got my toes done. Let's see how flexible I am. Ooh, my tail to match the dress. And yeah, it was a nice day. And then post-wedding, we didn't even see we saw some of our relatives night before and all that stuff, but I'm like, most of the relatives on our side we didn't see until after the wedding. And I'm like, I've never been in a wedding besides a flower girl, so I've never been a part of the wedding party until this one. So I had no idea. I was asking Alice, I was like, what are you doing? Like, do you sing? Because we had the vows and stuff, and then we sung a hymn, and then I'm like, do you sing after you married? I don't know. Like, the concept of, like, when's the wedding over? It wasn't that long. It was like about like 30 minutes. Maybe. There's some valid questions that I didn't know. I was like, really? I'm not in weddings all the time. Like, I mean, I know I'm just not in weddings on a regular basis to realize, like, how the format goes. So, pictures. There was a ton of pictures. We had photographers there. On the wedding day, we had a lot of photographers. 2 photographers. Two photographers, like, one was the assistant and stuff like that. So after the wedding was families on both sides and all that stuff. with the bride's side and the groom's side. I'm like, hey. And then we did the wedding party photos, I guess. The wedding party photos. And that took a while, which was fun. I'm excited to see these photos, how they turned out. When we went to the bridesmaids after the photo session. All the bridesmaids and groomsmaids came down and joined the cocktail party, which actually was a very long cocktail party because apparently you keep all the guests busy at the cocktail party while the wedding party's taking their pictures. So that went on for a while. So that's when I found all my family members on our side. It's like, hey, how's it going? Long time. Like literally, I have not seen you in forever. And then beyond that, after the cocktail party, we went in for dinner. The dinner portion was like, oh, you just go right in. Everybody gets seated and all that stuff, and bridesmaids and the groomsmen gets introduced one by one to two by two, meaning it's like those are the people we walked out with, like the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, the people we walked out with, like 2 and 2. So we were introduced like that, and then we had dinner, and we did usually Allison like floats and stuff. Like her and Jonathan would go to each table and talk to everybody. It was a big social thing. And I'm like talking to people. Like I found like my people, like my family members and our relatives and stuff. And I basically, that's the people I talk to obviously the most. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? All that stuff. And then catching up, which was really, really nice. And this is probably the only like time we're gonna see them for a while. So I'm like, try to like take in every moment. When I was like, I've had my moments before even the wedding started that I was like, I can't do this. I'm like, I didn't know being a bridesmaid, or because me and my sisters there were co-maid of honors, and then her college girlfriends to be her, bridesmaids, and Lauren, our cousin. So that was fun. But spending a lot of time with all these girls, I mean, I'm like, they're nice. All of them are great. I'm like, I need like my own space. Like the night of Allison's wedding, so they were already married and all that stuff. Congratulations. And so I went to go spend the night at my parents' Airbnb. So that was fun. A lot. I was obviously tired, and then so hopefully this gave you a little insight about what our weekend was like. I've never been I don't know these terms because up until now, because like, rehearsal dinner, what is that? Is because when you rehearse the wedding itself the day before, and they actually switched the time on us for the rehearsal itself, because I don't know, because since it was outside and stuff, they wanted the sun to be right, I guess. So we all, I don't know, we did the rehearsal at 4:30 one day, and the wedding was at 4:30 the next day. So I mean, I don't know if because the sun was in the right. It was nice. I'm like, the thing that got to me was, and probably the other bridesmaids out there, we had to walk down the aisle. I mean, I didn't know I had to walk down the aisle. Like, we walked out with people, but we walked in, at least the bridesmaids walked in by ourselves, like one after another. And not that close, obviously. There's a big gap, but one person goes, then you wait, and then you go, so there's a huge gap in between us. Smile and walk slow. I'm like, hey, yeah, that was like, am I walking too fast? I don't want to trip, stuff like that. So the walk down went fine. Just an inside peek about what what we've done at the wedding, and then I'll make a part 2, I guess. If I want to add anything more, most likely, obviously stuff happened. But yeah, I'll make part 2 about the rehearsal dinner part, I guess. Next, let me just get all this footage together and see what I can do there. Okay, talk to you later. And stay tuned for more wedding content. When I say wedding content, meaning like stories from like the weekend, not actually wedding content, because I couldn't film that. I couldn't do anything about that. But you know, have a nice day whenever you decide to watch this.